season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And these are the kind of plays that defenders dream about, a chance to get a big running start and go after the quarterback. He was not at all put off by the option. I think he committed to the quarterback right from the outset, and he was able to get in there and put the hit on him.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Forced, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Throwing is Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Hurts. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Winston into the slide, and he's got a 1st down. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too, and you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. Jameis to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
You ain't gonna burn me.
Juwan Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14, Eagles nothing. Will Lutz to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks. And
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. And he'll find Hall. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well. So now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Second and 8. Hurts, a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Hurts to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So a nice run right there. And worth mentioning, their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence. But this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need him.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Hurts. He'll find the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. To the goal line but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Winston's throw complete there to Smith.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space. Touchdown, Saints! Alvin Kamara, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Saints 21, Eagles 10. Will Lutz.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy, and back then you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's 2nd and 10. Winston. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Winston. This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands. Winston now to throw on 1st down.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's taken down inside the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Winston. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Eagles 10. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the bull.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
On first down, it's Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Winston throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hall. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
At the 19-yard line. 280. We got 3.
On play action, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
The score, Saints 35, Eagles 17.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Another run here with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
In your face.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Hey, keep it up.
On 1st down, Hurts. Now he's forced out left. And he's got room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
This one out quickly to Watkins. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts, eluding the pressure right. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Hurts to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Again, it's Kamara. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And they move this all the way down to the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Sanders, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Hurts. Buying time to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time 1st down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Saints, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.